Breaking Week 8. The football team lost an instant classic in their first matchup against the Giants. Can New York finish the sweep? The answer comes your way next.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. They'll look to throw again. And that's complete to Adams. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Unbelievable. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
We always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books. But now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Montez Sweat able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
You call plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
They'll set up a throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. He'll look to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Montez Sweat drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And the Giants send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. That's taken inside his own 40. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A handoff for Gibson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Giants will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the Giants with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep here in MetLife Stadium.
Here's 2nd and 8. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Back to throw now on 1st down.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
Montez Sweat able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Back to throw here. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And that nearly intercepted. For his hands defensively, that's a...
And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you.
Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
2nd down at 4.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Back to throw again.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself your big...
Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year.
And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
2nd and 9 now. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Washington. Let's do this. Quez Watkins with touchdown number 8 on the year. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Another drive.
Coming up for New York's offense. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back.
And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. He'll drop to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
This is brought in at the 21. Sheds off the tackle.
Get ready! Get ready!
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. These two teams met at MetLife Stadium earlier this year with the Giants winning that one. So they are looking for the sweep here at MetLife. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's got it to Gibson. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting...
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They're going to look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
The one with the dive look that time, our defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
He'll look to throw. Open man right side is Ingram. And he will have a Giants first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easy.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better, had time to survey the field, and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Over the middle, complete. That's Adams. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken around the 12.
No.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Thomas. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 39.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Going deep here for Watkins.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Escapes the defender. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And his maximum speed there, according to the next-gen stats, 21.9 miles per hour.
Point after try forthcoming. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
57 Mike. Mike 57. No chance. 57.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And the Giants send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And it's complete to Adams. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He hits Adams, complete. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. There's a nice move. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Giants are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety rolling into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half.
So we have come upon.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Back to throw here.
That one is slant to McLaurin.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
And yet again, it's McLaurin.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down, that leads to a 2nd and 10. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Quez Watkins.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now It's much more.
And he's into the clear. 20. Touchdown, Giants. Kenny Galladay, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And the lead now down to 20. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we...
Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it.
And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, number one on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third. That right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's third down. They'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
And Gay knocks this one through, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Washington offense back out there.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll drop to throw. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On play action, they'll throw. And he finds McLaurin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception. Really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I will hear about that from him soon.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Pass incomplete. It was Logan Ryan that time who knocked it away.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from it.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Devontae Adams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Following the touchdown, here's Gain to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, but he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
45 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
Second down and inches.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Back to throw now on first down. There goes a deep ball, end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here.
And he'll find McLaurin this time as that's complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 23.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained run.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Antonio Gibson.
Touchdown number 18 on the year.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Just outside the goal line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Here's 2nd and 8. This is Shepard on the catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Another catch for him there in this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll look to throw again. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Slant to Adams.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the right and complete to Galladay. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Montez Sweat getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
They go play action here on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here.
Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Gibson again.
Gets around him. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
They'll go. It's Gibson.
And he... Get the 1st down as he's up to the 20-yard line.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, Do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now this throw caught left side. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Good work, boy. Let's go.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10. The 35-yard line.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now they go screen, it's complete. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. He'll get this one to Galladay. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw again. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And Ingram hauls it in. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
3rd and goal, and still a long way from the end zone.
And that one drops to the ground, incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. He'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Things looking pretty good on the scoreboard. They're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Tried the hard count, but to no avail.
Trying to do anything to get them to jump off sides and pick up a 1st down easily. Instead, it goes against them.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.